All right, let's get into the scuttlebutt of the day here. Otherwise, we're never going to get into anything. Sheriffs say to ICE they're pissed, and I don't blame them. Federal immigration policy has failed. Everything in this administration has failed. They want a refund on the cost of housing all of the illegal aliens. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them. There's lots of them. Gobs of them. Throngs of them. And they just keep coming. Over and over and over and over and over and over the border they go. And they like it. It seems now, there's a report here, that this administration is working with Honduras, Guatemala, El Salvador, trying to encourage them, and we've already seen commercials in Mexico. We've already seen ads in Mexico go across the border and get Obamacare. And Obama never says anything about it. Now, if they were doing this, well, what they're doing over there, they're putting this on the TV, telling the moms, go cross the border, go into America. They won't turn you away as long as you got kids. But they're just sending their kids. These kids are traveling alone, man. They're putting their children in danger. There's a lot of kidnappers, especially once they start going through Mexico. They love kidnapping kids. There's some crazy people in this world, I know. It sucks, I know. We don't like to admit it, but there are. Well, you would think if our government, our president, would hear such things like we're hearing now. We know this. It's been reported. This isn't breaking news. This is bitching news. Because I'm bitching about it. But you would think if this president knew that this was going on, wouldn't you want to, well, I don't know, get on the phone and call the president and say, could you stop advertising on your damn televisions to come over here and we won't turn you away because that ain't happening. We've got a policy here. We've got laws. We've got a constitution. We've got things, that I can't break them. There are laws and certain statutes and ways of life and all kinds of stuff mixed in there. I just can't do that. So stop telling your people to come over here. Did he do that? No. Did he get on our airwaves and say, hey, look, America, I'm not saying that. I don't condone that. I mean, I don't promote that. I'm not going to do it. I always get condone and condemn. I always get those two words screwed up. Always have, always will. There's a lot of words I get screwed up in the English language. I don't know why. I just do. What are you going to do? 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 Well, President, knowing this, would make damn sure that he would not only tell his people that he wasn't for this, but he would make damn sure he would tell these countries he's not for this. Why hasn't he even called Mexico and say, could you put a little something on your people? Tell them to stop crossing the border here. We don't have enough room for them. We got no way to house them. A lot of them are causing trouble. God knows who's actually coming across this border. It could be the Talibans and the Al-Qaedas and the who the hell evers. I mean, there's so many of them. I mean, you can't keep up with their names. They're all the same. They just want jihad, Sharia. They just want to kill anybody that ain't them. Why? Who knows? Why do people do that? I don't know. I didn't invent the human being. I wish I had the answer to that. Jesus Christmas! I haven't even finished the stupid sentence. Not even the headline. I haven't even finished the headline. Oh my God! Where are we going to end up tonight? Federal immigration policy has failed. They want the refund. They want the refund. They're tired of spending all this money on these people. The Major County Sheriff's Association, otherwise known as MCSA, I'm sure that's important to note, has called on the U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE, ICE, baby, called on ICE to implement and abide by a set of 6 new principles while handling illegal aliens. Here's what you do. You got one principle. If they come over, you send them right back. And if you find them inside past the border, well, you gather them up and you drive them back. You send them back. Send them back. That should be the cry. Send them back. Look, I know it sucks. They want to come over here. Okay, I feel sorry for them. I welcome them. Some of them, not all of them. But there are some that are making a journey for all the right reasons. They just don't know they're being used. They have no idea they're being used. Do they care? No, obviously. But it's hurting all of us. And it is hurting the strength of the country, as far as I'm concerned. We got that porous of a border. Anybody could come in. Well, I'm sorry, but we do have to acknowledge the fact there are a lot of people on this planet that do not like Americans, do not like America. They've got no trouble attacking us on our soil, nor do they have any trouble cutting our heads off. Which, by the way, now I don't know, I'm sure it probably is. I mean, these people are that way. But one of these Talibaners that Obama just couldn't wait to release, one of his buddies, they're probably old poker pals. Probably went to the same college and everything. But anyway, there's a picture, and we've all seen the picture of this guy with the 5 heads in front of him, and he's holding up the knife and got his finger up there. It looks like it's him. It might be him. I don't know. More than likely, if it isn't him, more than likely the picture could be true, because he's probably done it several times. And this is the kind of guy you want out, roaming free in Qatar. Oh, they're going to be monitored. Really? They're going to be monitored. Really? They're not monitored by the United States. They want you to believe that, but they're not. Unless maybe the NSA can pick up on it. But they're not American citizens, so they're not interested. And a letter to Department of Homeland Security, Secretary Jeh Johnson, which is, look, this guy's not a secretary. Okay, he is he's a yes man. He doesn't have any authority. He doesn't have anything other than to say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. He's a figurehead. He probably didn't even see the letter. And if he did, he's probably not able to read it. MCSA. All these acronyms. Why can't you? I mean, they drive you nuts, man. Whatever. Details that, if implemented, the 6 principles will secure our nation's borders effectively while ensuring we are using taxpayer dollars in the most efficient way possible. Well, those are always, good ways to follow. However, it never does. I wish we would. Maybe if we did follow, the most efficient way of handling our taxpayer dollars, well, we wouldn't be $20 trillion in debt. We wouldn't have a new report out over 92 million people out of work. Just saying. But I do agree with this. I do agree with this principle. Absolutely. I really wish we'd put an amendment in the Constitution that we do have to balance the budget. There's no reason why we need to unbalance the budget unless there are circumstances. And if those circumstances are laid out very, very, very specifically and you do not cross them, they will be efficient. But will they do it? No. Politicians get greedy, especially when it's not their money. when it's your money, they get very greedy. And they don't mind spending it. They'll spend it on anything. They don't care. They'll take it for themselves. They need a new boat. Oh, look at this. Need a new car. Wow, hey. Among the 6 principles, the first step is to gain and maintain operational control of all U.S. borders. Well, yeah. That should have been done a long time ago. Again, I know. I'm crazy. I'm a crazy man. I'm a crazy person. Provide for the common defense. Right there, the first sentence of the United States Constitution. Knowing full well the enemies that we have in this world. Knowing full well what's going on at the border. And we've known about this for many years. This is not a new problem. This is not all on Obama, even though he's ignored the problem and only made it worse as far as I'm concerned. As far as the evidence goes, yeah, he has made it worse. All the presidents could have done something. Even Ronald Reagan screwed up. Just the way it is. Look, we got a problem at the border. We'd love to have people come and crossing and going and back and forth. But, we don't live in those kind of times anymore. Maybe if we calm things down, maybe we can open up those stupid borders. I don't think building a fence all across the border from end to end is really the solution. I think it's a waste of money as far as I'm concerned. But if you monitor the area as best you can and actually do something about the deportation, get them the hell out of here. Look, we can't afford them. We're having to pay to house these people. We're having to pay to jail these people. But yeah, I understand that, the cost of these people in jail is expensive. But it doesn't mean that, you're just going to let them out. Unless you need more votes. Then it's pretty simple. The remaining 5 steps are more difficult if border security is not achieved first. Really? Nothing is going to work unless you secure the border. And again, we don't need to build a Great Wall of friggin' China down there. That's a lot of waste of money, and they'll find ways to get around it. We need to patrol it, and we need to follow the laws that we have. We need to make it difficult. I'm sorry, but look, we can't do that to their country. We can't do that to Mexico. We certainly can't do that to El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala. We can't do that to them. I mean, are you kidding me? You try that to any other country. See what happens. See what happens. But in America, that's no problem. Oh, okay. Oh, that's no problem. America, what? No. They can't turn you away. They never leave anybody behind. The MCSA also wants the federal government to reimburse the local law enforcement since they rightly claim, this is in quotation, it's not the fault of locals that federal immigration policy has failed, and therefore the financial burden should not be borne by these agencies. Well, yeah. I needed a shot of rum. Good God, that's good stuff, too. What's happening is the federal government is dumping all of these aliens wherever they want them. They're pouring them in Arizona. They're pissed off at Governor Brewer because she tried to, pass the same law that's already on our books, the federal books. But she wasn't allowed to do that. That was racist. So I guess the federal law is racist. So you've deemed not to follow it. See, that's what this president and this entire administration, Justice Department, all of them, the IRS, all of them, State Department. See, if they feel it doesn't benefit them, well, then it's bad law, and we don't have to follow it. It must be nice. I mean, it must be real nice. So you automatically win, no matter what. Well, there's a little thing called reality. But this is what the fifth one says here now, in this letter. Well, I mean, it's a good letter and all. I agree with it, but, I mean, when has anything ever got done? You can write these people letters all day long. Okay, they're great letters. They're wonderful letters, and they get right to the point, and they're very poignant. But okay, we can't get our government to act on it. Because, see, if they act on it, that means they're going to have to implicate themselves, and they're going to have to be found guilty, and they don't want to lose their job and their pension, and, they want to get that new boat. They got to get that new plasma TV to watch that Kim Kardashian on. Get her new couch. You already wore that one out. Locals should not bear the costs associated with housing any prisoner that is in this country illegally. This reimbursement needs to cover the stay of an illegal immigrant from the moment they enter a facility until they are released. It is not the fault of locals if federal immigration policy has failed, and therefore the financial burden should not be borne by these agencies. They're encouraging all of these people to cross the border. They're putting them on buses and on planes and any way they can and dumping them off wherever they see fit in San Diego and Arizona and Texas and New Mexico. Wherever they can, just dumping them off here at a bus station. Then they're supposed to get like a little ticket and come back to see an agent or come back and see the court in like 15 days. And they get a date when they're supposed to show. Yeah, and they show. Sure do. Oh, the place is packed. They don't show. They're roaming the streets. Free. Free to go. Wherever you want. They got nothing. Yeah, is it inhumane? These people got nothing? Well, we didn't put them there. I know it sucks, but I mean, what do you do? I mean, these people are coming across over here. Look, I respect their courage. I do. But, some of them, they might make it. I agree. That's what this country is for. But we've got to do something to put an end to this because this country, we can't handle. It's not fair to them. It's certainly not fair to us, but it's certainly not fair to them. You're not putting these people in any kind of position other than to just simply be a Democratic voter.